Some may ask, what is light pollution? I thought pollution only happened with garbage and water and things like that. To answer your question, yes, those are possible forms of pollution. However, pollution can also take the form of light. Light pollution is any adverse effect of artificial light, including sky glow, glare, light trespass, light clutter, decreased visibility at night, and energy waste. Light pollution is not only a hindrance to astronomy, but it also impacts us directly. For one, light pollution can actually cause cancer. Light pollution is being investigated as an interfering, aggravating factor that suppresses natural melatonin levels in humans at night. This suppression simply pulls out the stops to cancer cell growth. The hormone melatonin normally impedes cancer cell growth and can even cause cancer cell death. Is a disturbance to animals. Artificial lights can cause migrating birds to wander off course and never reach their natural destination. Millions die every year by colliding into needlessly illuminated buildings. Every year, the Fatal Light Awareness Program displays these victims of light pollution to raise public awareness. For reptiles, there is a decrease in mating, resulting in diminished populations. Mammals can have difficulty foraging for food due to too much light. Light pollution hurts our economy and our resources. Estimates that 1/3 of all lighting in the U.S. is wasted, and an annual cost of about 30 million barrels of oil and 8.2 million tons of coal, a total of about U.S. $2 billion. That oil amounts to generating 14.1 million tons of CO2 per year into the atmosphere, which adds to the global warming problems and all the extra future expenses that will entail, all for light that we do not even fully use. Light pollution endangers our security and our safety. According to a 2012 report of the American Medicinal Association, glare from nighttime lighting can create hazards ranging from discomfort to frank visual disability. Outdoor lighting is intended to enhance safety and security at night, but too much lighting can actually have the opposite effect. Visibility should always be the goal. Glare from bright, unshielded lights actually decreases safety because it shines into our eyes and constricts our pupils. This can not only be blinding, it can also make it more difficult for our eyes to adjust to low light conditions. Light pollution hurts the night sky for astronomy. Unshielded lights send their light in all directions, including straight up. This sets the sky aglow in much the same way that the sun sets the sky aglow during the day. Now, the sky does not glow as brightly at night as it does during the day, but the increase in sky glow caused by cities is enough to make it difficult to see dim objects in the sky. When we try to take a picture of a very dim object, sometimes the glow from the sky is too bright to ever see the object clearly. Often, astronomers want to take the spectra of an object, splitting the light from the telescope into its component colors. When you take a spectrum of fluorescing objects like galaxies, you see that the spectrum is not smooth, but makes up a number of lines. Each line is a unique indicator of the presence of a certain chemical. By studying the strengths of these lines, astronomers can deduce the chemical composition and temperatures of the objects they observe. By noting the redshift of the lines, how far to the red side of the spectrum they are shifted, astronomers can determine how fast the object is moving. Spectroscopy is probably the most valuable tool in the astronomer's toolbox. Unfortunately, city lights play havoc with spectrographs. Are you frustrated yet? Well, guess what? There are ways in which you can help.
1. Start with the light switch. The cheapest, most obvious, and most effective way to reduce light pollution is to start turning things off. Many of us burn porch and spot lighting because it gives us a sense of security. In fact, there's little data to support the idea that outdoor lighting reduces crime. Turn on lights when you need them or use portable lighting. Go dark when you don't. 2. Check with your power company to see if you're paying for outdoor lighting. It's possible you're being billed for that sodium vapor lamps, and many utilities charge $5 to $10 a month for this service. You can call customer service, and if this turns out to be the case, terminate the charge and ask that the light be removed. 3. Consider replacing outdoor lights with intelligently designed low-glare fixtures. The International Dark Sky Association evaluates fixtures for low glare and efficiency. Look for the IDA seal of approval on locally sourced fixtures, or seek out a company such as Starry Night Lights, which specializes in low-pollution lighting. 4. Place motion sensors on essential outdoor lamps. Lighting on demand is better than a manual switch or timer. Motion-sensitive switches will light up porches and walkways when you need them to move around after dark. They'll pay for themselves in fairly short order.
Carl Sagan once said, "Before we invented civilization, our ancestors lived mainly in the open, out under the sky. Before we devised artificial lights and atmospheric pollution and modern forms of nocturnal entertainment, we watched the stars. There were practical calendar reasons, of course, but there was more to it than that. Even today, the most jaded city dweller can be unexpectedly moved upon encountering a clear night sky studded with thousands of twinkling stars. When it happens to me after all these years, it still takes my breath away."